guys. So how good was episode 10? Oh my god, let's get into it straight away. Opens up with Frankie and Freddie. They come into the breakfast table room thing, discussing who they think might be the traitor. Freddie still has Mina on his mind. Then Mina comes in, she gives Freddie a hug, and honestly, I just feel like Mina is tired of having to be playing, being two-faced more or less. She knows she's a traitor, but still having to put up this act as a faithful. But you could just tell she's doing what's the first traitor's name now? Amari, the first traitor that left. She's giving me her vibes, the way the aura, she's oozing out. And then Charlotte comes in, Jake and Alexander come in, and they work out that Joe has been the eighth victim of the traitors. Eight? That's a lot. Jesus. Claudia comes in and, just basically tells them, right, okay, get ready, another mission. Joe is obviously gone. And I think she said something about being 3 steps ahead. So they try and they work it out, and it's like chess. But before the mission starts, you know how they all get into their little groups and everything. Charlotte and Freddie make their way down. They're taking the steps down to go play whatever game it is they play in their courtyard. And Freddie is like, he is suspecting Jake, the traitor hunter, or Mina. He says this to Charlotte. And Charlotte straight away says, well, it's not Jake. I'm like, gosh, like, I know you were so desperate to throw Mina under the bus, but at least, cut her some slack. She brought you in, for crying out loud. Like, come on, Charlotte. Whispers here and there. Then Mina and Leanne get to sit down, and Mina can kind of, she's uneasy. She knows, her name is being thrown around. And she's speaking to Leanne. She's like, you tell me, back then where when I was marked, remember the marking game and the whole yucky thing pouring down her hair? Was it actually Dan's idea to mark me? And Leanne swore on everything, swore blind. It was Dan's idea. And she was looking at her like, are you sure? In her mind, she was trying to like reverse psychology. If you were thinking I'm a traitor, well, I'm also thinking you might be a traitor, kind of a thing. But the word gets out to Mina that Freddie thinks she's a traitor. And she's like, right, okay, Jake is on my side, Leanne is on my side, and I know Charlotte is not going to throw me under the bus. When she said that, I was like, you know what, Mina, you might as well go at this point, because now you're beginning to annoy me. Why are you so trusting of Charlotte? Like, what exactly is it, Then they make their way to where the mission is to be played. Is this massive chessboard thing, and their names are on different tiles. There is a massive figure of a traitor. That thing must have been about 10-12 feet tall. And the idea of the game is there was going to be a series of questions they would ask. They were supposed to guess the answer. If they would bring in a chess piece, ask a question, they would guess the answer. But the twist is the traitors have played this game before them. So if their answers tallies with what the traitors have put down, they win about £2,000 towards the prize pot. So the first piece they bring in was a wolf. And the question was, who is the leader of the pack? The traitors put down Jake's name. They work it out. Jake, traitor hunter, he stands on his tile. No, he stands by the side. Everyone else stands on their name on the tile. And then that figure, the 10 feet, 12 feet figure, starts moving. Now, this is where, anyway, I know I won't be on a traitor game, but yeah, this is where I would, the Nigerian African in me, Obara Jesu, hey, Awolabo. This is where I would take off. This is just where I would run. I know, well, sitting down in the comfort of my living room and watching it, I can tell, okay, some sort of magnetic force or whatever. But there, when it's happening, not a chance. Not a chance. I would have called God in all 250 languages in Nigeria and I'm off. I would, like that. I would run. Anyway, the traitor figure thing moves. It was really scary, guys. It was. Don't you think? Moves. Eventually goes to Jake. So they got that right. £2,000. What was the next one? The snake. The next chess piece was a snake head. And they show the traitors deliberating, who do we put up? And Mina is like, you know what? I think one of us, we should put one of our names there. I'm quite happy to take the fall. I'm quite happy. I'm like, oh, God, Mina. Why? Why? Allow Charlotte, take it. So she puts her name, and the question was, who is it that has been slipping away? They tried to work out. They were like, oh, could it be Charlotte or could it be Mina? I mean, I was like, you know what? I'm quite happy to take, yeah, I'll go stand. She stands. Of course, she gets it right. Freddie starts to smell a rat and he's like, or maybe they are deliberately just throwing out the answers there. And the third one was who's two-faced. And Alexander was like, you know what, I'll go. I don't want to go, but I'll take one for the team. But the traitors decided to mix things up. And they put Leanne's name, of all people. Leanne is anything but two-faced. She will say it straight to your face. Of course, they got that one wrong because it was Leanne. And she starts fuming at that moment. I felt so sorry for Mina. Mina said it herself. She was like, oh my God, you could see the color drain from my face. I was like, yes, I can. Because if Leanne should catch you, if she ever finds out it was you and Charlotte up to this, oh, she would wring both of you dry. And what was the last question? Whose voice is irrelevant? And they went for Francesca. I'm like, oh, I know you've got it wrong, but I think people kind of listen to you. I don't know. Went for Francesca. Francesca kind of wanted to put her name there, but people were like, oh no, it was, oh gosh, who was it now? Did they get Francesca right? I think they got Francesca right. But she was, people were trying to deflect, and Mina was, the way she spoke, she was still trying to like stir everyone to look at Francesca. And Francesca caught that. She caught that. I think they got Francesca in the end. I can't remember. Anyway, they make their way back into the castle. They all get into their groups. They all start talking. Before then, Francesca is fuming like, oh, about her being the traitor's choice for the person with the with an irrelevant voice. And they were like, I think it was Leanne that passed that sleek comment, because Leanne was like, you're the best dressed. Why would they think you've got an irrelevant voice? And I'm like, best dressed, irrelevant voice. How does that even relate? How does that tie in together with anything? And I'll reserve what I want to say, but if it was Leanne that said that, then that was really sleek and really naughty of you, Leanne, because But moving on, They all get into their groups. Oh, sorry, I missed the part. Before they make their way to the castle, seven shields, seven boxes were brought out because there was a shield to be worn. And in one of these seven boxes was the shield. And it was laid, on the tiles in front of the players, and they were each to go open up a box discreetly. And if they had a shield, fine, make a note of it and hand the box to Claudia. Jake was the first, goes, opens it, no shield. Leanne was the second. Lucky her, opens it, shield. Of course, the other ones, no shield. So nobody knows. Leanne didn't breathe a word that she's got the shield. The traitors are really, really upset that they don't know who's got the shield. It's not going to help them when it comes to trying to get rid of one of the contestants. So make their way to back to the castle, and there are whispers here and there. Eventually, whispers about Mina's name. Mina's name is really up now because Francesca has told people how she feels about Mina because of a comment Mina made when they were playing the game, how Mina tried staring the group to look at Francesca because obviously they've put Francesca's name down as the person with the irrelevant voice. Freddie already has his suspicions about Mina. So Charlotte takes Mina to a room and says, look, sister, this is it. I felt it was Charlotte's way of telling Mina, right, this is as far as our traitor sisterhood thing goes. I will be putting your name down. That's just how it came across to me. Mina is fairly confident because she still believes Jake, Leanne, and Charlotte will not vote for her. Obviously, she cannot vote for herself. So if she gets 4 people, they're down to 7. If she gets 4 people, then she stands a chance. They make their way to the banishment table and they all start speaking. And Mina puts up a good fight. She really does. Jake starts off by saying he thinks he's a man. And I thought about it. I was like, you know what? It would have been interesting if Claudia picked a man. It would have been interesting, but that I don't know why he arrived at that theory. Maybe because the first 2 were ladies. So I think it makes sense. I can see the sense in why he arrived at that conclusion. He thinks it's a man. Alexander, for some reason, just does a complete 360 and starts looking at Mina. Freddie already thinks it's Mina. Frankie thinks it's Mina. They go around, they all write their names, and they all start, revealing who they've written. And when they did the head count, Freddie and Mina, it was a tie. Of course, Freddie puts Mina's name down, and then it was left to Charlotte. And you all know, of course, she puts Mina's name down. Of course she did. And before she did, she made this patronizing statement about Mina being too calm, and that's why she suspects she's a traitor. Like, oh, shut up, Charlotte. So Mina goes there. She did she did put up a good fight. Did anyone catch when Alexander turned his tile around and wrote Mina, but he spelled it Mina? Mina was like, you missed a H. It's like, I love you. I really love you, Mina. Look, Mina, if you ever come across this video, I just want to say you may want to look into acting. I think you would make a brilliant actress. That call center manager job thing that you've got going on, I think you should kiss it goodbye, dust your resume. You've been on the Traitors UK now, and maybe get yourself some sort of, I don't know, what do you need now? A manager, talent, sign yourself up to some sort of talent agency thing. You are good. Jokes apart, you are brilliant at acting. You played a very, very, very good game. I think it became too exhausting for you, And you, especially when you took on Charlotte, I don't know why you were too trusting of Charlotte. You kind of like fell back a bit, and that didn't work in your favor. Says the person who would not last 5 minutes in in any traitor show. But yeah, Mina goes up, gives her speech, says she was a traitor. Jake and Leanne, you could have knocked both of them down with a feather. They were shocked. They were really shocked. Freddie is all over the place. Like, I knew it. I knew it, you know. So they go, they talk about it and talk about it and talk about it some more because nobody believed it was, well, nobody I meant, I actually mean Jake or Leanne, and believed it was Mina. They were just baffled by how she managed to keep her composure and pull the wool over their eyes, you know. But then Leanne does something very silly. So it's Leanne, Charlotte, um, Frankie, and Jake. She then announces she's got the shield. And in her mind, she said that because she doesn't trust Freddie, which to me doesn't make any sense because Freddie has just, he's been going on and on and on and on about Mina. Now, if Freddie was a traitor and he kept on putting Mina's name out there, of course, Mina cannot cannot eliminate him. But don't you think when it comes to the round table, she would also go round and plant Freddie's name in other people's mind so she could rally people up to vote Freddie out? So she reveals that she's got the shield and just played it right into Charlotte's hands. Moving on, Charlotte goes back to her chambers all alone, and I thought it was just going to be Charlotte, the only traitor, till the very end. But no, Claudia comes in and says there's got to be two, so you have to pick someone, give that person an ultimatum to join you or get murdered, you know, right there and there. So she thinks about it some more, and she's like, you know what? Jake has made an interesting point that he thinks one of the traitors has got to be a man. There's already hit on Frankie or Freddie, sorry. So I might as well just use him as a shield, you know, literally use this man as a human shield, and you know, in a bid to push herself towards the final. So she invites Freddie. Freddie doesn't want to go, but he comes down, he meets her. She takes her hood off, he is shocked. Like, look, I would have written this person's name, that person's name, this other person's name before I even looked in your direction. He has no choice. He has to accept, otherwise, you know, he's eliminated there and there on the spot. So she's like, she dresses him up, you know, knights him up in the traitor cloak and everything. They go back to the chamber room, and she's like, so do you know who's got the shield? And I was like, Jesus, Charlotte, you are good. Yes, you may be putting up a fake Welsh accent, but I must give it to you, you're good. I wouldn't have thought of that. She didn't tell Freddie that she knows Leanne has got the shield. And her thinking is, by doing so, because she threw Leanne's name out, hoping that Freddie would take the bait and get rid of, try to get rid of Leanne. But of course, that's going to bounce back because Leanne has got the shield, and Leanne only told Charlotte, Frankie, Jake, and who was the other person? Alexander wasn't there. Charlotte, Frankie, Jake. Oh, I can't remember the other person now. Was that all she told? She didn't say Alexander wasn't there and Freddie wasn't there. So she would now narrow her suspicion to Alexander or Freddie. And to me, it's kind of, it might backfire in my opinion, because Freddie voted Mina out. So I think people may be looking at Alexander. It won't backfire per se. I don't think they will get rid of Freddie. I think Alexander may take the heat. That is what I think. I don't know. But yeah, I cannot wait. I cannot wait for episode 11. How crazy will it be for Charlotte to scoop the prize, or things just turn around and Freddie Freddie wins? Like you never can tell. But it's I enjoyed it. I enjoyed episode 10. I really did. I really did. I'm looking forward to episode 11, and I'm also looking forward to reviewing it, for yourself. So, with that being said, if you've made it to the end, thank you very much for watching my video, watching this review. Please don't forget to subscribe, comment, like, share, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye bye.